Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessing, and safety to all the hopeful elect out there, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, to the sincere true believers. This is the brother Hadabyar from the GMS Toronto camp, coming back at you with another one. And this article is from the People's Voice, and it reads, "Become superhuman or get left behind. Millions of Chinese line up to become cyborgs as CCP launches Neo brain chip." And you're seeing a lot of talk about brain chips. And we know we know what that leads up to, and that's the mark of the beast, the MOTB. I believe it was maybe a few weeks ago. There's a video going around of a Jake who had the Neuralink in his head. And it's crazy because before we were seeing a lot of we know what's going on over there in Sweden. A lot of people are getting the the RFID chip, in their hand, in their wrist and whatnot. And now you're starting to see a lot more talks of a brain chip, and that's why Revelation 13. I'm gonna get it right now. It's just on point. The word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, is no lie. These other camps out here think that the mark of the beast is a handful of other things, and not the RFID chip. It's something that is going to be implanted. It's not sin or sleeping with white women or not following the law, statutes, and commandments. No, like the mark of the beast is a physical thing. It's a physical thing that is going to be inserted in the arm or in the forehead. So let me just get this. So this is Revelation 13. Hold on, let me get in the KJV. So Revelation 13, verse 16. "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or in their foreheads." So you're seeing a lot of talk about these brain chips, and that's Revelation 13 and 16 speaking right there. This is something that is gonna happen. This is something that is in the near future. "And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." They say, "Yo, why you guys all always talk about the chip? You guys always talk about bringing up Revelation 13 and 16." We sound like a broken record, but a beautiful one, because this is our duty. We're prophesying, what's to come, and our apostles and elders have been prophesying about this for decades. Before you could even really find so many articles and things that are going into it. And now look, it's here. The infrastructure is here. There just needs to be a way where this is forced, where it's law. And all these nations are racing to be the ones to bring forth this system. And it just shows you that this is going to be this is something that's going to be worldwide. This is not just something that's going to be here in North America. No, that hour of temptation is going to be for everyone. You know what? I had that precept, so let me just go into it. This is Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly. Hold fast that which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So the whole world is going to be tried with that hour of temptation. You know, the mark of the beast, the whole world. And you're seeing it because you're seeing these different nations, these different parts of the world that are all talking about the same thing, all getting ready for the same thing. You know, in the chat, the brothers are posting, and even I'm seeing some the brothers doing videos about digital biometrics and how everyone is gonna have to get a digital ID. And the digital ID is not the mark of the beast, but it leads up to the RFID chip. You know, because they want all things, all IDs and everything. They want all that to be digital. And once all that becomes digital, then they could they could just push this. Okay, we already have everything's digital. All your information is digital. Now let's put all that digital information on these RFID chips, these brain chips. Go back to the article. So the Chinese Communist Party has officially kicked off the age of cyborg, while Elon Musk Neuralink continues navigating regular, regularity hurdles. In the U.S., China has surged ahead with the launch of the Neo. And that's the thing, man. China's technology, they 2 steps ahead of what's going on over here in North America. The technology that they have is far out. It's far out advanced. You know, and that's why China, they feel like they're gonna be the next ones to be in power. Because of how far along they are in technology. They're very advanced. And a lot of and even people. Even people think that too, that China's next up. But that's not the case. Because Jake's next up, the elect, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and his elect, they're the ones who are going to be ruling next. The world's first commercially approved brain-computer interface BCI implant. So I want to jump down a little. I wanted to jump down to here. Sources sources close to the rollout claim that beyond the intentional medical trials, applications are expanding rapidly. Government-backed health insurance is already covering the procedure in many provinces and dramatically lowering barriers for volunteers. Social media platforms inside the Great Firewall are buzzing with stories for long lists, not just among the paralyzed, but among ambitious young professional students and even factory workers seeking any edge in an increasingly automated economy. So, they're pushing these chips. They're trying to say, it's for people who are paralyzed or paraplegic. People who have lost limbs or arms. and can control things. But you're also seeing here that, a lot of young people are going to be down with this, are eager to be chipped, because they see everything going digital. So, they want to be one step ahead of the game, you know, and just the idea, being superhuman, become superhuman or get left behind. One translated post circulating widely read another, the future belongs to those who merge first, you know? And that's exactly it. Because if you do not merge with this beast system, you're going to be left out. You're going to be left out and not be a part of society. You're not going to be able to buy or sell, which goes back to Revelation 13. You're not going to be able to do the everyday things. That's why the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is going to be on his elect to not take this chip, to not be a part of this new system. The elect are not going to merge with technology. They're not going to merge with this new system. We have merged ourselves with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's where our faith is. That's who we trust in. That is our power. We are not going to be a part of Esau's system. Yes. And then I was also on Google, just put in BCI. BCI mostly commonly refers to brain-computer interface in science and technology. Doesn't mean British Columbian. No, we're not getting into that. Went into news and you could see people and appointments, Annie Marine. This is AI, brain-computer interface that works with, not against the brain. So they're telling people that this new system's gonna work with you. It's gonna enhance you. It's gonna make you better. It's gonna keep you one step ahead of the game. You want to get that new job, you gotta have that chip. And I remember even brothers were saying that at camp one day. It's gonna those who don't have the chip, you ain't getting no job. You're gonna have to be part of that system. Just like how you need a social insurance number to apply for anything. That's the same way it's gonna be with the MOTB. So this is Romans 11:4. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee or image of Baal. That's that remnant. That complete number, the elect. The elect are not gonna bow to Esau's new system. We're not gonna be fooled. We are not ignorant of Satan's devices. We see these articles. We link it up with the scripture. We're warning our people to not fall for this. We're telling our people what this is. Where did I see it? Was it in the article? It even said something about the beast system. Yeah, here. And according to reports flooding in from China, millions of citizens are already queuing up to get wired directly into the beast system. That's crazy. The beast system. Why, you know, why name it that? Because that's exactly what it is. You know, telling you in plain sight. That's what it is. The beast system, Esau system. You know, and people are gonna bow. People are gonna be like I said. People are lining up. They can't wait. And Esau's gonna make it so that he's gonna fancy it up to get these chips. You know, it's gonna enhance you, make you superhuman, make you like the Most High, make you like God, make you godlike. I mean, you know, they're gonna get tricked, but that's why we're here. That's why the prophets of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua are here. So warn the people, give the warning, day in and day out. You know, day in and day night, day in and day out, night and day. About the stuff that is coming down. You know, that is coming down the line, and it's very soon. This is not something that's gonna happen in the next 100 years, 1,000 years, 50 years. No. This is around the corner. The mark of the beast is around the corner. Everything is being set up. Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So it's gonna happen. People feel like it's not happening now, but it is gonna happen. You see it. The elect see it. We see everything going digital. You know? I remember first hearing about the mark of the beast as a youth. You know? That was before it was even you know, you could even find articles on it. No one, you know, like other than the apostles, you know, no one was really talking about it. You know, and now look, you know, now you know everything. It was at that time everything was, you know, paper. Everything, you know, was had a paper trail. Everything, you know, it was transactional through that. And now you look at everything and it's everything's going digital. And all these nations are down with it. And that's why that hour of temptation is going to come upon the whole earth. So, yeah, that's gonna. I gotta kind of press for time. Gotta go, but yeah, man, become superhumans or get left behind. So, right there, right there, smack in your face. If Esau's telling you, if you ain't gonna get down with the beast system, you're gonna be out. And we're telling you through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, if you don't repent and follow after Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you're going to be judged and you're going to eat a missile. So, you know, make the right choice. Make the right choice and follow Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So that's going to do it. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace, blessing, and safety to all the Akim out there pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until the next one, Shalom.